7. Good outside the switch. Doncic goes, oh, what a great step! And then he hammers it home. Broke his ankles.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video. I hope you guys are doing well. I'm pumping my fist. I'm so excited. We finally beat the Philadelphia 76ers after 15 straight losses. The last time we beat Philly was 2017. We didn't even have Frank Ntilikina on the roster yet, and Melo was the one that ended up hitting the clutch shot. It's been that long, and I believe I was in 8th or 9th grade. I was a freshman in high school, and to put that into context, I'm a senior in high school now. That's how long it's been. That Melo trade for Doug McDermott and his Cantor in that draft pick that I believe resulted in Mitch felt so freaking long ago. Literally, that was like 4 years ago. Like, that's just so crazy to think about that we haven't beaten this team in so long, and I know the Sixers have gotten good at basketball. But some teams just catch the Sixers on bad nights and execute and beat them. But we would catch the Sixers on bad nights sometimes, blow the lead, just something crazy happens down the stretch. TJ McConnell, game winner. Tobias Harris goes off on us. Ben Simmons, amazing. Joel Embiid, stupid foul by Julius Randle. Tobias Harris goes to the free throw line for 2. Wins the game. Danny Green, crazy threes from beyond the arc. And is the Ben Simmons thing real? Like, when they don't have Ben Simmons, are they not going to beat us? Which I'm happy about. That means we're going to beat the Sixers moving forward. I'm kidding. They're still a good basketball team. Sixers fans, don't kill me. But Embiid wasn't fully healthy, so I don't know how much we're going to really put into that. Like, I know he was playing with, like, a bruised knee or a sore knee. Hopefully he's all right and he played 100% healthy. I don't want a Mickey Mouse win, if you know what I mean. But whatever Tom Thibodeau's game plan was, he perfected that on Joel Embiid. He made him feel so uncomfortable. I believe Embiid had 5 turnovers. He didn't have a single made field goal in the first half. He didn't even hit 20 points. And every time he plays the Knicks, I swear he kills us because Joel Embiid's one of the best centers in the game. He definitely is going to bounce back, but it feels so freaking good to get this W. But I'm also going to keep it real with you guys. The good, the bad, some of the ugly. I'm not going to just say we're great for all 4 quarters of basketball, because that's not the truth. And by the way, this was our second longest drought of losing to the Sixers. Obviously, we haven't beaten them since 2017, 15 straight losses, but our longest one, I believe, was from 1970 to 73 up against the Boston Celtics, and we had 19 straight losses. It felt good to get this W. It really did. I thought we did a good job executing the second and third quarter. Fourth quarter got a little scary, but to start off in this basketball game, we were winning, but it was like extremely early. I believe it was like 8-4 we were up early, just around that department or around that area, like up like 4 to 6 points. But after that, like, the Knicks played a bad first quarter. We were stagnant offensively. We weren't moving the ball. We were turning the ball over. There was just no spacing. Like, everything bad. Like, it's just not how you wanted to start the first quarter. We came out flat. We really did. We were taking bad shots. Kemba Walker forced a 3 on the right wing. Tyrese Maxey did a good job contesting it. He was short, forced a floater at the rim. That was short as well, I believe. We weren't really playing inside out. We just weren't playing a smart brand of basketball. We weren't at all. Fournier was forcing shots. RJ turned the ball over like crazy. RJ hit a couple nice threes in that first quarter, not going to lie. Helped us get a lead at one point in this game. But I just want to talk about RJ real quick because it doesn't get better if you didn't catch the game. RJ Barrett's off to another slow start in his career. He's young. You're going to have bad games. But it doesn't look like he's improved at anything offensively. Like, his shot, I'm sure his mechanics are better. His release is quicker. I know he's probably adjusting to this brand new role. He's not used to having other guys that could score, like a Kemba, like an Evan Fournier. But there's just certain instances that the role doesn't matter. If he wants to be one of these top options, he's got to get that handle better. He's got to have more moves in his arsenal. He has to be less predictable. I literally think he had like 2 turnovers in that first half. He was very careless with the ball. When he was dribbling in transition, I was just thinking, don't turn the ball over. That was literally what was going through my mind when RJ was dribbling in transition. He had a nice bucket, like, at the end of the game, but I believe he finished with 8 points. Like, besides those 2 threes in the first quarter, I believe he didn't have, like, any buckets besides that. Those points at the end, and everyone's talking about, like, we're thinking, why does Tom Thibodeau have RJ in the corner? Why is he not really involved in the offense? Why is he just a catch-and-shoot guy? Because his handle has so much work to do. His decision-making has so much work to do. There was one play, Danny Green, like, he should have drove on Danny Green, but he settled for a jumper instead of moving the ball. It was a bad shot. RJ's improved on his defense, his passing, and I'm sure he's going to get better. but his play style, just he needs to become more versatile of an offensive player. I appreciate the work he puts in, but we got to see the results, especially next season. I'm not saying he has to be a versatile, great shooter off the dribble this season, but we go as far as RJ goes. In my opinion, we need him to take that big-time leap. So that was what was impressive, that we won this game, and RJ Barrett didn't play well, even though I thought he played solid on defense and made a very nice pass to Mitch as well. But yeah, we were stagnant, didn't play well. That first quarter was completely ugly. But you know what saved us? The freaking bench. We were excited about this bench. I was talking about, do the Knicks have the best bench in the NBA? Is it one of those top echelon benches in the NBA? And it proved tonight that this bench might be legit. Obi Toppin brought energy once again. When RJ Barrett missed that layup on the follow, Obi slam. This dude was active on the glass. The tip-ins, he just looks like an NBA player this year. That may sound funny, but this dude looks light and day compared to last year. His confidence is up. He's running the floor. He's like a lightning bolt running down the floor. This dude's awareness on the floor is much better. I'm not saying his defense is tremendous, but he's gotten better on the defense side of the basketball. He brought us so much energy quickly with that crossover on Tyrese Maxey. He broke his ankles, or at least the look of it. I know some Sixers fans might say he didn't break his ankles. That three ball, great. And it kind of hurt. I bet that hurt quickly, not in-game in the moment, but afterwards, damn, I just crossed up my bro, because Tyrese Maxey's one of his good friends, went to college with him, was his backcourt mate. But Maxey's a talented player, but he did not play well. I thought Kemba Walker did a good job taking advantage when he came back in the game and started playing better. I feel like the starters saw the bench yeah, they got it going. We need to bring that because we came out flat. I thought Kemba Walker did a good job taking advantage of Maxey. He's a second-year player. We're going to make him feel uncomfortable. They didn't allow that much dribble penetration to Maxey, which I really liked. At least, after that first quarter, I thought they did a good job on him. I'm going to get into Kemba. I thought he had a great bounce-back game. But the bench just was terrific. Derrick Rose, just Obi Toppin quickly. I just thought, overall, the bench played a good basketball game. We went on a 14-4 run with the bench. We outscored their bench. Not even lying. We outscored their bench. I have a run right here. At one point, 20-8. Well, we outscored them the entire time. But at halftime, the bench had more points than the starters. Or at least almost. The starters had 32 points. The bench had 30. They shot 42% from the field. I believe the bench shot 64%. The bench was off the charts. Brought more ball movement, more electricity, and you could say our bench was good last year too. Obviously, you don't want to consistently see this happen, that the bench is better than the starters, especially the majority of the game. But I didn't think that happened. But I thought we did a good job on Embiid. I thought we did a good job on Harris. And the surprising thing is, you could say Danny Green kind of gave them not crazy momentum or anything like that, but Danny Green played well for them. He had that airball three. But at one point, Danny Green was the best player out there on the floor. But there was an instance that Drummond was scaring me. He was killing us on the glass. He started to give the Sixers some momentum, because I kept on thinking, this game isn't over. This is against the Philadelphia 76ers, but Embiid didn't have an entire field goal in that first half. That's just crazy to me. And again, credit to Mitch. Second chance opportunities, killed it on the boards, had some jams. He played strong. There was one play I thought he played tremendous straight hands up fundamental defense, and they called it a foul. There were some bad calls on both ends, but you got to be able to overcome that adversity. Taj played with his physicality. I really like that from Taj Gibson. I just love that second unit with Derrick Rose and Obi. It's just so much fun to watch. But we went on a 39-16 run in that second quarter. It was all New York Knicks. Fournier started to get things going. Kemba started to get things going. Julius started to look more comfortable. Just the overall team, it was just so beautiful to watch. And again, that's impressive that RJ didn't play well and we came out with this commanding victory. So now getting into this third quarter, the start of it, Fournier, nice floater in the lane, or nice finish. He had a nice three from the outside. And this was the freaking Kemba quarter. You could say we owned them this quarter too. At one point, we were up 83-58. And then we're going to get into the bad. I have it written down here. But the defense, majority of the quarter, was amazing. Kemba freaking Walker. This dude was lighting it up from beyond New York. He looked like Charlotte Kemba. He looked like prime Kemba Walker, because I believe his season high entering this game was 11 or 13. He wasn't really killing it from beyond New York. He cut down the turnovers, though. Shout out to Heartstorm Media. He said since Kemba Walker's first game, turning the ball over a lot, against the Boston Celtics down the stretch, he's only had one turnover since then, which is a very great, a crazy stat. I'm not sure how many he had in this game. but Kemba was killing it from beyond the arc. He got in rhythm. Like, it was just amazing to see, and he definitely did give us a lot of momentum, and it was good to see the starters starting to play well. Fournier, he has a beautiful shot. He really does. But that was literally all New York Knicks in that third quarter, up 83 to 58 at one point. But there was a scare. It being 83 to 58, Sixers call a timeout. Then it became 87 to 68. I'm like, damn, they're starting to like dig themselves out of this hole a little bit. Like, yes, the score doesn't sound pretty still, but sounds better for the Sixers. Tobias Harris started to really kill us at the end of the third quarter. At one point, he had like 6 straight points in that third. I thought he was playing tremendous, and he definitely did kind of have the Sixers fighting in there for a second. And Korkmaz started to get things going in that fourth quarter. But the fourth quarter was scary. It really was. Yes, we were still up double digits, but there was a point we were just lucky the Sixers weren't able to execute and they weren't able to score. And Embiid was still pretty cold. And again, we did a good job. And Embiid, at the end of the day, also didn't have a bad game. I'm not sure like how bad his knee was. Danny Green started to hit threes. Korkmaz started to hit threes. But before that happened, the Knicks were on a 4-minute scoring drought. We didn't score a bucket in 4 minutes until Derrick Rose, like, bunch of offensive rebounds. Derrick Rose put it up and in. It was scary. It really was. Danny Green, wasn't Danny Green, no, Korkmaz. Korkmaz, like, reverse slam, cutting back door. Matisse Thybulle had some easy opportunities. Like, that just can't happen. But the Knicks came out the W. I would say the game was always put away, but the Sixers were still fighting back. But the momentum when they were going on this run, when we were not playing smart basketball, and I believe we had a turnover, they scored on the other end, or they're getting out to run. I saw, like, coming back from the timeout, Drummond got a technical, and I feel like that turned it all around. Like, the Sixers, like, any bit of hope went away when Drummond had that technical. Fournier knocked down that free throw, those free throws or whatever, from the technical. Then we got a possession, and then we scored on that possession. Then we started to get things going, and Fournier's and one. Like, when the starters came back in, then it was all good because the bench was scary. It really was. They were very stagnant offensively, and I was like, this can't happen. But the Knicks came out with the W. I even believe, like, Julius or Mitch had, like, this garbage time, like, dunk, like, putback dunk. This team continued to fight till the very end, and we finally did it, yo. I appreciate your support. I appreciate you tuning into the live stream. You guys are the best. Let's go, Knicks.